Hello, Facebook. Hi, I have a message today, and it's something that's been on my heart to share, and I've put it off, and I just can't put it off any longer, apparently. I pushed the live button, so here I am. I have to share my weight loss journey that started when I was 28 years old, and that was a while ago. But I had tried diets, and during this period let me start back. In 97, I started doing nails, and I went from an active job to a sedentary job. And over that period, the first year and a half I did nails, of being seated all day, I continued eating like I was being active. Although I quit being active, I was sitting 10 hours a day. Over that year and a half, I gained 50 pounds. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like me. I had never had excess weight on me. I've always been a typical thin body frame, and I just didn't like how people looked at me. I didn't like how my clothes fit. I got looked at differently. And one day when I went to the store, because my size 14 clothes were getting too big or too small, I made a decision that I am going to make a change. I'm going to do something about it. Because the diets that I tried the Atkins diet, it didn't work. I tried this diet, it didn't work. I tried that diet, it didn't work. And I made a decision. And it started with a bunch of little steps. And I did it on my own. I did it for me. It wasn't to help anybody else it was just something I had to do because I didn't like who I was becoming. I did it in little increments. I used to be a sweet tea-aholic. I used to drink probably 2 quarts of sweet tea a day. I would eat dessert first, and I wouldn't pass up sugar anywhere. I ate bread everywhere, rice, pasta. I ate all that stuff, and I ate in excess. I'd go out to dinner a lot, and I would clean my plate everywhere I went. No leftovers. And I realized after learning some things that that's not good. And anytime I dieted, the weight came back. So after this decision was made, I started to do little things. My neighbor and I believe, started walking. And we started this walking every day, 2 miles a day. And I did it in the mornings. And then in addition to that, I started cutting out the sweet tea. And I regret it now, but as you know better, you do better. I went to switching to Splenda instead of sugar, so I'd get unsweet tea and get the Splenda in it. And then just by cutting out the sweet tea, I lost 10 pounds and walking. So that motivated me. So I added another thing. From then on, I started going to dinner, and I would ask for my food, my dinner, and then a to-go box when I got my plate. So I wouldn't sit and say, oh, just one more bite, one more bite, one more bite. I changed it so when I got my plate, I would actually put half of it in the box and then eat my meal. I started to notice more weight loss, and my walking was still the same, 2 miles a day, but during that period, I started eating smaller meals, and I would incorporate small snacks in between. I cut out all the sugary drinks. Gosh, I used to go to Dunkin' people and get the culottes. Oh my gosh, that was I'm hypoglycemic, I need something to eat, and I would go to Dunkin' and get a culotta. People, that's not a good choice. It's fruit-ish, but it's full of sugar, and it didn't help anything. So I cut out all sweet beverages. And then after I got used to the walking and I started going to unsweet tea, and I cut the sugary beverages out, then I started eating my dinners at home on a salad plate instead of a dinner plate. it tricks your eyes. It tricks your mind. Our mind is very powerful, and if you get a plate of food on a dinner plate, which by the way is more food than any human being needs to consume at one time, if you get your food and you put it on that plate, your eye thinks, well, I need to put more on there because it needs to be full. Well, I knew that that was a portion that the restaurants was giving me, so that wasn't going to work. I started eating my dinner on a salad plate. Whoa, huge difference. And I got used to that, and over the period of a little bit of time, my stomach had shrunk, because our stomach is literally the size of your fist. If you can think about that, how much more food do we ingest than the size of our fist? When you eat more than that, yeah, it stretches, and you feel uncomfortable, and it's not, I mean, who wants to feel like that? So I started to realize that I kept losing weight, and literally all I did was walk. I started to add weights, those little wrist sandbags, I guess, and I put them on my ankles and my wrists, and I would go walk with those then. And I started firming up, and I kept dropping weight little by little, like a pound here, a pound there. It was nothing drastic. But over a year and a half, I lost 50 pounds, and I got from 174 down to 122, so those 52 pounds, whatever. And over this last 15 years, 16, however long it's been, 30, I'm 46 this year, I have maintained that weight since, because I did it slowly by changing habits and changing the way I ate. Something else that I did that was hugely impactful, like I said, all these changes were little one at a time, get used to that one and then add another one. After I cut the portions back, I actually started cutting out some foods. Because like I said, I was a sweetaholic. And I loved all the carbs. You know, who doesn't love carbs? You're foolish if you don't love carbs. But we don't need that many. And I actually started cutting out rice, pasta, potato, bread, and sugar. So, and I was very strict with that during the week. And I would eat breakfast, which consisted of a couple of packets of oatmeal, and I would take that to work, and about 10 o'clock I would have another little snack. And at lunch I would go to Piccadilly. I was very regimented. I'd go to Piccadilly and have baked chicken and grapefruit and green beans, and I would eat half of it and take the other half home a lot of times, and I'd give that to James that I worked with. And then I'd have an afternoon snack, and then I would have dinner, and I started just cutting out any kind of beverages, and I just drank water. On weekends, on Saturday night or something, Friday night, I would go to dinner and stuff, but I still would do the same thing. I might have something I wouldn't normally eat during the week, but I still would have the smaller portions. I'm trying to think. Casey doesn't write things down. I just try to remember. All I know is it was a very gradual process. And by cutting these things out one at a time, little by little, step by step, I created a new lifestyle. And that lifestyle has stuck with me since then. I've never reverted back to filling my plate up or drinking sweet tea. I can't even try to drink sweet tea. It's just, whoa. And I used to think that was the best thing ever. I could never get enough sweet tea, and sweet tea was the bomb, and Sunny's sweet tea. Give me a gallon of that stuff, and let me drink 3 of them while I'm at Sunny's, and then take one to go. Do you realize how many calories are in sweet tea? How many empty calories are in those beverages that you drink that don't serve any nutritious purpose, but they just add to your caloric intake for the day? And I had a little boy over today, and he came in. He's like, "Don't y'all have anything other than water to drink?" I said, "No. We have water or almond milk." And we're actually out of almond milk right now. So we have water. But I said, if you like something that's flavored, I have essential oils. And I put a drop of lemon oil in their water, and they all loved it. And it was amazing. You don't have to have calories and sugar to make things taste good. And once you get your body used to not you ingesting that stuff and not craving it because you've cut it out, you start to feel better because our body does not operate well on that. It actually causes more problems. Do you know that sugar and rice and pasta and bread and potatoes, all those things turn to sugar in our body, period, in a statement. They turn to sugar. So I had to cut all that out. And when I did that, it changed the gut flora in my gut. And then my body wasn't trying, sorry, somebody tried to call me. My body quit trying to eat these sugars to feed the bacteria that was in my gut, because that's all you're doing is you're feeding bacteria. You have a craving for it, and you're feeding something that's in your gut, and you got to eat it because you need it. Well, it's amazing. 15 years later, I still don't really crave sugar at all. Gosh, I've had the same jeans for 10 years. They still fit. I don't yo-yo. I weigh the same. And I'm going to be flat out honest, I don't really exercise. If I did, I would probably lose weight that I don't really want to lose. But I do know that being active is super important. I do yoga. I'm getting back into doing it in my home. Walking as soon as it warms up. Eventually it will be spring here one day. I feel bad for you people up north because it's cold still. But I just wanted to get that off my chest and let people know that quit dieting, quit saying, I'm starting on Monday, and then by Friday you messed up on a meal and you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna, whatever, and then just do it, and then you gain 10 more pounds because you felt bad that you missed that one meal. Give yourself a break. Just do one little step at a time. I had somebody tell me a while ago, and she said several small steps over a period of time equal great changes over time. And that is so powerful, and it stuck with me so much, because everything that we do in life, when we do those drastic changes that are so hard, of course you're not going to stick with it, because who wants to just totally change everything all at once? It doesn't work. We need to have little steps, little places, little things, little changes. I don't drink sweet tea anymore. I don't get culottes anymore. Ew. I do, however, get ice cream every now and again. Organic ice cream from Publix, it's yummy. But I don't eat a huge bowl of it. I will have a coffee mug of it. It's portion control. Do you realize a half a cup of ice cream is like 130 calories, and a lot of it is sugar? How many of you actually eat a half a cup of ice cream? Or do you eat a bowl of ice cream that has about 4 servings, about 600 calories, and that should be your dinner calories for the day? I mean, it's little changes. So to this day, I still stick with water. I flavor it. I drink LaCroix. I drink water. I put my oils in it. I drink my tea. I drink matcha tea. And I've picked up drinking coffee again, but I don't drink it like I used to. I used to drink extra light and extra sweet with sugar coffee. And now I buy the organic coffee. I drink it at home because usually I don't like coffee out. It's not anything I want. But I make it at home. I put organic stevia in it. I use heavy whipping cream, which is not carbs. There's no carbs in it, so there's no sugar in it. And it really helps because I'm still not drinking the heavy amount of calories and sugar that I used to. And when you cut little things out, like bread, I mean, good Lord. Bread is one of my favorite foods, but I don't have it in my house. It's not something that I eat on a regular basis. Now, if I go out to dinner, yeah, I'm going to tear up some bread at Carrabba's. I'll have a few pieces on the outside crust. I don't eat the middle. I make better choices. I'll have the vegetables instead of the French fries. You have the baked whatever instead of the fried whatever. The salad with tuna on it instead of the fried chicken salad with French fries, or you know what I'm saying. Just make better choices. And I've never been one to live to eat. I know people that live to eat. Their whole purpose in life is to get good food. Well, let me tell you something. I love food. I love good food. I spend my money on food and experiences because food is so enjoyable to me, but I don't live to eat. I eat to sustain myself. And once you make that mind shift and that switch, your life will change and you will feel better and you'll quit the yo-yoing and you will change your life for the better. But it has to be a decision that you make on your own for you because you don't want to be where you are anymore. You can't let somebody else tell you you need to lose weight or you need to this or you're not healthy. It has to be an internal decision or it's not going to work. You've got to make a decision to live a better lifestyle for you, for your family, for your babies. It's super duper important. And I just had to get that off my chest. And think about this. I have the same clothes I've had forever and they still fit. How many can say that? How many of you have clothes in your closet that range 10 different sizes because you go up and down and up and down and up and down, and then you keep those jeans from high school thinking one day I'll get back in them, but you're way more than you ever have and you've dieted your whole life. How's that working out? It doesn't work. And I've hesitated putting this message out there because I don't want to offend anybody. I love all people. I want people to be happy in themselves, with themselves, by themselves. And if you're not happy with yourself, do something about it. Don't complain about it. Don't post all over, I'm doing this. Just do it. And let your results be the advertisement. You know, yes, I agree in accountability. That was huge. It is huge. My neighbor and I back then walked every single day, and it made a huge difference to have that somebody that knows that I'm going to be walking. And then after she couldn't do it anymore, I was already in the habit, so I kept walking, kept walking, kept walking. And it's food cannot be something that you go to when you're sad or upset or angry, or it cannot be a reward for losing weight. Something else I did in the beginning, good Lord, when I was dieting, I would exercise. I remember when this guy, Andre, I dated years ago, we would go exercise. We walked the Greenway, and our reward was to go to the ice cream shop that my friend Cindy's boyfriend owned, and we would get a banana split. That is just, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's counterproductive. So you just burnt 100 calories and you ate 600. Okay, you're up 500 calories for the day. That's not how it works. Reward yourself with doing something that you don't normally do. Reward yourself with going to the movies. Reward yourself with a new pair of jeans. And tell yourself that, you know what, these are going to be the jeans that I'm going to wear until I lose more weight. And make a decision. It's all about deciding to stick with something. And that goes for anything in life. Make a decision and stick with it. Don't go back. When you go back, that's not where you're going. You're going forward, not back. So just learn to love yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, do something about it. Quit griping about it. That doesn't help. And just, find an accountability partner if that helps you. But change the habits one by one, little by little. And you will see results. You will see lasting change. You will see a lifestyle come out of this. And let me tell you, it's the best thing ever. And on that note, y'all have a blessed evening. Thanks for listening. And Hair Bear says hi. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Bye.